2014.
So,
In second. You wanna take the lead on this, John? Go with the back bay? Oh, where am I? Sorry.
Yeah, like-
Wrong one. I don't have my glasses with me right now.
vendor warrant check process.
Oh.
I'm
mine?
good enough, I just have to double.
It's not
double-
fun, is
double
it,
take
huh?
right now.
Yeah, there's two items under old business, vendor warrant and check processing. When I,
Yeah, try them on.
Oh, that's good. I'm all right, yeah.
Really, I mean,
All right, I think
we won't
that-
tell
that's
anybody you're
double
wearing
take.
Well,
women's
I know, you won't
glasses.
see it again.
the warrant check processing, I'm not really sure where we're at with this. You're gonna see why when we get to new business with some of the emails from an email from the accountant and another one from the treasurer. You guys all remember the email I sent offering to basically do it. You know, don't forget,
Mhm.
no matter what you hear, this is the way it used to be before Fred rolled into town. This is what we always used to do, with the exception of actually printing the checks on the tractor-fed check paper. We used to mail them out of here. That's really the key. You know, we used to have a schedule every week, and papers would go up there on one day, come back. Sometimes the next day. You know, everything ran nice and smoothly until it didn't, when everything was changed. So this is something that we've done before. I don't see any reason why they don't want us to do it again. They don't have the time to do this, no matter what they say. And you'll see later in the email some contradictory information. They don't have the time to do this. Maybe it's unfair, but I've gotten the impression on several times when they've done stuff wrong, they've mailed stuff wrong, the wrong address, they've mailed it late, they haven't mailed it at all. Someone goes on vacation, nothing gets mailed for 2 weeks, that they just don't care. So that's why we're here. I mean, we can do it from the hardware and software standpoint. We really don't have to do anything. All we have to do is take the leads in the printer and do this, use some different paper, and and do the checks. The couple of key differences in how this works, and I'm not talking anything about the town's accounting side. I'm not going to pretend I know what has happened up there in the last year and a half, but the idea is to draw the light and water vendor checks directly from the light and water checking accounts at Fidelity. The town's general fund doesn't need to, as far as I'm concerned, as far as we're concerned, be in this process. Instead of paying the warrant checks out of the general fund and reimbursing them the next day, or as soon as they, again, I don't know what they do it the next day, I'm not really sure, but I would imagine they do it pretty soon. It's an even transaction, it's a wash. This could take that whole step out of there. I think perhaps some of them are being threatened that we're somehow removing the checks and balances. We're not. We're gonna every week or every other week deliver them a pile of checks that we made with a dollar amount that's gonna match a corresponding warrant. It's really there's really no different what's going on now. The key differences are we'll be printing the checks out and mailing them from here again, like we did before. And the checks will not be drawn from the town of Templeton's account. They'll be drawn from the Light and Water account. Jen has talked to the girl at Fidelity, which I think is another Jen, about that we do have to make some changes to those accounts to make them drawable. Drawable, does that sound like a word? That's draw, and then put able after. That's what I meant to say, drawable. So they're not right now. It's another procedural thing, but it requires the approval of either the accountant or the town treasurer or both. I can't recall. So then just another step in the process. I haven't heard any really good reasons why we shouldn't just do this. Like I said, with checks and balances, we're not removing any checks and balances here. None of these checks are going to get signed or stamped by the treasurer unless they're still going to travel to the selectman's office and be seen by the treasurer, the accountant, the selectman, whenever they want. Or even if we bring them up Monday and pick them up Thursday, the 3-4 days, that's plenty of time. We can still get back on a regular schedule where we're mailing stuff. And the real key for us here is knowing when we're mailing things. So when somebody calls and says, I don't have my check yet, we have somewhere to go to. We have a system back in place. We have no system right now. The system up there is stuff gets mailed, period. There's no details. I don't know what their schedule is. I have no idea. But I know after December 23rd that can just never happen again. If someone's out on vacation another week, maybe it's unforeseen. You're going to have people that are sick, death in the family, whatever. You have to be able to carry on when you don't have one person. So that's really the driving goal behind this. There's a little more, we'll get into a little more detail later on. FY contribution to the town, just a quick review. Met in March. gave you guys a snapshot of where I thought it would be, actually a second draft first draft, I should say. 114,000, that was reduced to about 45,000, if I remember correctly, because of an OATT invoice that Jen felt that we should book in the last year, the auditors agree. So it reduced our net income even more. Board expressed interest in doing a town project somewhere, a reconstruction project, or maybe partially funding one instead of a pilot payment. I sent the selectmen a letter April 3rd. I've attended a meeting since then, and really, no decision's been made. I don't know if that, it could be just be there's not something that level of funding will really complete or fund wholly, not really sure. So I don't have any new information on what they would like us to do. There's no moratorium on, it's not like I don't think we necessarily need to withdraw the offer, but I don't have any ideas at this point. Obviously I don't think we should be making any suggestions at all about where they should spend the money, so.
Diane said they were gonna talk about it Monday night.
Okay, good to know.
They got a lot to talk about, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Did they express interest though, to try to get together with us and do that, have that discussion about the formal pilot program?
But they voted for Bob Markle to contact me.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know,
Yeah.
that doesn't really require a vote, but I haven't heard anything from him yet. I imagine
Okay.
he's busy after last night, so
Yeah,
I'm not gonna pester him about it.
No.
You know, I think we made our point well enough that it's an idea the board will probably be a lot more open to as long as we can tie it to our revenues instead of their tax rate. That's really the key, especially now.
Mm-hmm.
Especially now.
Yeah, okay.
That's it for old business. The first items under under new business, the first three, those are just gonna be handouts. I just in the effort of saving time. I've done this the past couple of months with explaining the power supply, wind generation for March power supply, April wind generation, and then the commercial industrial rate comparisons. You're not gonna see these on the website yet because there is an issue with access to the domain I'm working on it. There's been, I'm the third manager on this domain, so somewhere is there a username and a password I'm trying to find.